Now then, welcome to my first YouTube video. So my name is Liam Oliver, and I'm now a PhD student at QUT in Australia. That's at Queensland University of Technology, and thought I'd start a vlog of my kind of plans and the process and things like that. So thank you for watching, and as all the usual YouTubers do, subscribe if you want, and yeah, just kind of keep updated. So I had a request for a video to be about the PhD process, and that's what this one's going to be on. So hopefully this can be a little bit of a guide for some of you guys if you're thinking of applying for a PhD. Maybe if you're not sure, it'll kind of iron it out. They're all sort of similar in the process of the application and things. So we'll get cracking. So the first step is to search far and wide. So some real quick tips from me would be to search on findaphd.com, jobs.ac.uk. If you can build a network or just search on Twitter a lot, there are accounts such as Jobs in Sports Science and Public Health Jobs that are great, and as well as just following the actual researchers themselves. So if you know people from university, or if you just have an interest in it and you know some of the researchers in the field, follow them and they'll tend to tweet things out. So yeah, that's kind of the main thing, was a lot of googling for me for months and months really. So that's step one. So find one that you like. Any PhD, generally speaking, will ask for a research proposal. Some don't, because they might already have the topic in mind, and if that aligns to what you want to do, and that researcher knows exactly how it's going, then it'll be more about you as a person. But when it comes to the general PhD application process, you'll have to write a research proposal. It might be 3 to 4 A4 pages. It might be 2,000 words, I think is a kind of ballpark figure if you like. And that will just be a little bit of a background into the topic, just to show what you know, and then you have to justify and kind of almost explain what kind of studies you'd want to do over those 3 or 4 years that a PhD might last. So yeah, when you get cracking with the research proposal, I would highly recommend first contacting the supervisor before you do that. Some PhDs might not say it, whereas some might have it in the step-by-step guide. So I know mine did. It said contact the supervisor. Make sure you do that. Make that link up beforehand. It's a little bit more formal to start with, and it's just nice to express your interest in a formal way before things can start to get a little bit more informal, and you can really get the ball rolling with the proposal and things, and they'll be able to help guide you as to what to write, and kind of critique it in a little way and just make those tweaks. So once you've found a PhD and you've contacted the supervisor and started a research proposal, then it's very much the waiting game when it comes to applying and things, and it's things like the CV, what kind of research experience do you have, or maybe practical experience, and that's where you need to go on the website of the university and try to find what their values are. So I know there are lots of ways to phrase it, but some universities will say these are our pillars. This is the pillar of the university, or it's the core values, or it's the ethos, and find out what they want. So for me at QUT, it was very much research, kind of academic based. So as great as it was that I had the practical experience with sports nutrition in athletes, for example, it was very much highlighting my research experiences, conference attendances and presentations, abstracts that were maybe presented at those and kind of published. And if you're lucky enough to have a publication that's out there already, or that you're currently writing with a lecturer or something, put that down, and that would be great. So those are some quick fire tips when it comes to the PhD process. That's just how I found it. For me, of course, it's in Australia, and it's a little bit different, so that will come in future videos. But as a kind of rule of thumb, the PhD wasn't too different to the UK process. The thing that I loved about QUT was that it was an open sort of scholarship round. So often in the UK you'll see kind of PhDs that have got a topic, and you kind of go for that topic. There are a few universities where they are open and they just say contact the supervisor and tell them, and based on their interests, but only one or two that I have seen recently. So I really liked QUT in that it was an open scholarship round. They had one for Australian residents only, and they had one for internationals. So it's the international one that I got, and by an open scholarship round, what I mean is it kind of comes around every year, and it's kind of whatever the judging committee gets is kind of what they have to choose from. They have no strict topics or anything. So when I contacted my supervisor, I was very, very lucky, and I kind of pinged him a few topics out there, and just said, these are some of the things that I'm really interested in. And I was lucky enough that they bounced back, and they said, just pick one, really. Choose what you want to do, and choose what you will enjoy, and let's see if we align, and let's kind of take it from there. The rest is history. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting in touch with your supervisor beforehand, just for the clarity of what topics you're interested in. So for me, I didn't actually say, my PhD is in polyphenol intakes for team sport athletes. So that's with a sports nutrition topic, and I'll be starting that in February. So we are now in about the middle of January, and I officially start at the end of February. So good times ahead. If you've got any questions or any requests for future videos, please do get in touch. I'm all over Twitter at Liam Oliver Nutri, same with Instagram. I'm Liam Oliver Nutrition on there, and yeah, keep on following, and I'll see you soon.